Hey, welcome back to the episode of Instagram Podcast. I'm your host, as always. My co-host here with me, Trip.
Hey!
Are you worried about the recording?
I'm always worried about the recording. I don't know what's going on today, though, but it looks like we might be peeking out. And it also stopped recording 24 seconds in. So
This is going to be the shortest episode of the Instagram Podcast.
And the worst quality.
Is everything right on your side?
Yeah.
Cool, let's do it. Yeah. Trip.
What's up, dude?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm all right. Do you want me to tell my story first? You tell your story first.
My story sucks ass, so you tell yours.
So I had to wake up at 3 in the morning today. I had to drive my parents to the airport.
I thought you were up, until...
6? No. I had to wake up at 3 and drop my parents to the airport. They went to Hawaii for a week.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, I'm happy for them.
So party palace at your place?
Yeah.
You and the dog.
Hey, dude, oh my god. So anyways, I get home at around 6, go to sleep, wake up, have lunch, come back, and my cousins are in my house. And I like my cousins.
Shit. Yeah, but...
My cousin that just left the military, he was a Marine.
Nice.
And then my other cousin who... he plays soccer in Eugene. Cool. They're hanging out with their younger brother, and they're all drinking, and they're smoking, and they're like, hey, what's up? And I kind of lost track of time. And then before I knew it, like, hey, podcast at 6? You're like, yes! 5:15? I was like, oh, 5:30. I was like...
I'm just like,
yeah.
It's because
big things are happening today.
Uh-huh.
Season what?
1.
7?
2.
8?
4.
Game of Thrones. What season is it?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't pay attention.
The new season of Game of Thrones comes out tonight.
It's Game of Thrones time.
They were super stoked.
And it's like winter is here is the whole slogan.
Dog, I wish winter was here. It's fucking hot.
I know, dude. It was like the hottest day today. Unfortunately, I got to stay in the office most of the day.
AC broken?
No, but we were good with that. But then later it was like, all right, now it's time for you to go outside in 106 degree heat. And I'm like, no.
Yeah. How long have you liked Game of Thrones?
I think I started before season 3.
And you get caught up and watched all of it?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, read the books or anything?
I started reading the first book. I read more than half of it. But I don't know, something about it.
So not reading, interest. I understand.
Yeah.
Now, I was very adamant that I hated Game of Thrones. I was just like, that's stupid. It's a bunch of people fucking. It's dumb.
I was, you know what? For the first 2 seasons, I was that way too.
Yeah, no, and so I got around. So I think it was around season 4. Me and my buddy were very adamant. Like we were unified in the boycott of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And our other friend was super into it, and it's because his girlfriend got him into it. And so we always call him like, you're stupid. You're just changing for blah blah. So my buddy moved away, and then it was just me by myself. And it was summer, and there was nothing on TV.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess I can watch Game of Thrones, so I binge watched the first 4 seasons, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
Yeah,
and I didn't tell anybody. And then my buddy, who was also in this boycott with me, texted me one day like, "Hey man, how you been?" I was like, "Good, nice. How's Seattle? It's great." Blah blah blah. Like catching up. Then he goes, "Hey man, I gotta tell you something. I watched all of Game of Thrones, and I really like it." I was like, dude, I really like the show, too. And we can never tell our other friend. Like, we can't let him know that we like the show.
No way, fuck that.
So him and I just, geeked out about it. I really like the show. It's really fun.
It's really good. Yeah, I was the same way, because the advertisement for it was just like, oh, there's fighting, and there's sex, and there are dragons. Dude, you're gonna love it. And I'm like... Yo, those things are fine, but why is that the selling point for me?
Shouldn't you have a great story or something?
Yeah, exactly. And instead, the way that Josh explained it to me, my roommate, he's just like, no, it's like an incredibly political, semi-medieval, magical world. And I'm like, the fuck you just saying? I'm like, it's really complicated and super intriguing, and you're gonna love it.
It's like an anime without all the anime girls. It's like, okay. So we'll review next season, the season of Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
because it's technically anime.
Yeah, it's pretty much anime.
Anime of the year.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character or favorite house or whatever? You got one of those?
No.
I got a favorite character.
Do you?
Yeah, you want to guess?
Arya.
No, fuck her.
She's the smallest.
What?
You don't like Arya? Okay, fuck you.
No, she's all right. No, but actually, when we talk about the smallest, it's going to come up in a sec. Anyways, no, keep guessing.
Rickon.
No. It's a character who literally, he has no house. He's kind of a...
Bastard?
I liked him a lot, but that's Jon Snow, right? Or the bastard son...
No, yeah, the one who just went off in a boat.
Oh my god, that kills me so much, because I'm just like, where...
I liked him too.
I liked him a lot. He's actually from Skins, the UK version. Yeah. I really liked his character, really like him. But yeah, he disappeared. No one ever talks about it. Not him, but close second. You're getting close. It's more along as
the baker.
No, fuck that kid. I'll tell you. Favorite character, Podrick.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I figured, yeah.
Yeah, man, I love Podrick.
Podrick's great.
He's awesome. Besides Game of Thrones trip, I feel like we don't, because we can get down this rabbit hole and we could talk for hours about this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't like Game of Thrones.
Tell me your shitty story.
Yeah, so shitty story here. I just got a new phone case wallet thing. I got rid of my old ones. They were Pokemon themed, so it's like, it's a big change.
Super mature. Yeah.
I'm not going to Pokemon anymore. That's for kids. That's kid shit. So I'm going for anime, My Hero Academia.
Adult stuff.
I'm getting some Sue action up in here.
Where'd you get it?
Floppy as fuck. Redbubble.
Nice.
Redbubble's got good shit.
I like Redbubble, yeah.
Shout out to Redbubble.
Redbubble.
Sponsored by Redbubble.
No, we can't say that.
Can we not?
Well, they didn't give us any money.
Sponsor us, Redbubble.
Okay, there we go. Do that. Yeah, okay,
cool. Anyways, yeah, I got it, and I really like it. It's pretty kick-ass. But nobody said anything about it that, I'm not friends with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
so offended.
The first time you brought your phone, I instantly saw, I was like, whoa, new wallet, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Sue, whoa.
Crazy shit. But yeah, nobody said anything about it until today, where this little fucker comes into the office, and I don't know, he's the strangest person, and he's got a whole bunch of roommate things going on, and his roommate's leaving, but there's another one that's been on the lease, except he hasn't lived there the whole time. Why didn't you guys sign him off of the lease? They're like, we didn't know we had to. So anyways, we're after this kid who's not even there to get money from him because they didn't pay the full amount. Because a bunch of bullshit. Anyway. People are stupid. So this piece of shit little loser boy who always wears a wolf shirt, he's always got a wolf on his shirt, dude. I'm telling you, today his wolf had earrings, and I was like, all right, dude, whatever.
Earrings on his wolf ears, or he had extra ears that had earrings?
Oh no, they didn't have extra ears with earrings. It was just earrings on his wolf ears. I'm like, all right, man, you're doing you. You're getting he knows hardcore on that wolf action though. Damn. Anyways, he saw my phone case. He was like, oh, nice phone case. Yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, you've been watching My Hero? He's like, yeah, man, yeah. I'm like, that was a great conversation I just had about anime. He said nothing. He wasn't like, yeah, man, I'm super hyped about this season. It's been so much better. I don't know. He didn't have any opinions. He was just like, I like that case. Yeah.
Maybe he probably had no idea what it was.
He had an idea. He knew what it was. Okay. You see this motherfucker, you're like, all right, this motherfucker doesn't know how to leave his house,
Oh, okay, so he's a neat, yeah.
So, yeah. He is. He might go to school. I don't know. I don't know him. We're not friends.
Well, I'm sorry.
I just know his full name, his social security, where he lives, his card numbers. I am him.
That's heavy.
Yeah, I'm not him.
Anyways, I guess a tangent for My Hero.
Yeah.
So new episode came out.
Yeah, haven't watched it yet.
Haven't watched the newest one. I watched the first
season 2. Season 2, part 2, core 2,
episode 1 or whatever.
Episode 1.
That's what I saw.
Yo, intro. Give me the rubdown.
Not as good.
Not as good. No. Pretty bummer.
I feel like the intro for season 2.
The song was weaker.
Oh man, the intro to season 2, part 1.
Yeah,
fucking killer.
It was hype. God, I'm jamming.
Oh my god, I love that song. Anyways, yeah, intro's not as good. But we get to meet a new character who is Tiny.
Yes,
who I love.
Yeah.
Have you met him?
He's great.
Gran Torino?
Love him.
Yeah, he's awesome. Sierra was having a blast with him. I was like, yeah, I really like him too. He's great in the manga too.
He's an old ass Mega Man.
Yeah.
He's great.
I like him a lot.
Proto Man.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So yeah.
Dude, down with that character. Down with the first episode. It was dope. I'm excited. They're just like, yo, this is how you use your power. So figure it out. And he's like, I get it. And that was the first episode.
Good.
Yay, we did it, you guys. We did it together.
There wasn't 5 episodes how do I get it? He's like, oh, I get it. Good.
Oh shit, I am very smart and I have somebody who's good at teaching me now. Boom.
Super believable because he's like, yeah, he loves breaking down heroes and he's just like, well, I can break down his power. How hard is that? He's a genius. Good for him.
Yeah.
What's good, man?
Super good.
Anime wise, what have you been watching?
I've been watching some new shit.
Yeah, me too.
That's it.
Yeah, we can't talk about it. We can't talk about it.
Not allowed. No-nos up in this house.
Because next week will be our new shit episode.
New shit episode. We're going to shit all over it, and we're going to eat that because there's some good shit in there, too. Yeah. There's some good shit, and there's some bad shit.
I'm glad you saved yourself. I was like, what do you... Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, we're going to eat our shit. Next episode, the Scat Boys.
Oh, man. Anyways, next week's episode will be a review of 2017 summer anime.
Uh-huh.
Which I'm excited for.
What happened? Why are you doing the hiccups?
So yeah, anyways, like we said, 2017 Summer Animes, that'll be next week. So I've also just been watching that and then homework, so I have nothing really to talk about besides that.
Dude, that's awesome.
I did forget high school life at Daily Life High School Bulls. I said I'd bring it. I lied to you.
I didn't even want it. I was mad at you.
You can slap my hand if you'd like. Go ahead. Ow, that was pretty good.
I just wanted to make sure that the recording heard it.
I got it.
I didn't want to hurt you, actually.
You got it, man. That's a the cat.
You want to get me back?
No, I was kidding. The cat bit me there, though. What are you doing, man?
Oh, man. Well, why would you put out the hand?
Well, you bit me on both hands.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yeah, your sister's cat bit me before recording.
Yeah, sad days.
I mean, before we actually get into the news, because we don't have a lot of news, and then
that's true.
A lot of homework, but I just want to say one thing. Our boy, DJ Fitzgerald, is moving away. We had The Last Supper. Super sad.
It was.
I had a great time, though.
I did, too, and then it got really emotional at the end, and I was like, the fuck are you guys doing to me? I was like, nah, I don't want this right now. No, I was supposed to have fun with my boys.
I had fun with my boys.
Yeah.
I mean, being emotional is not bad. I was super uncomfortable, and they wanted to say, I don't know what's that called. It's like
I don't remember the name.
It's like traditional, like Chinese or Japanese seating, where it's like really low to the ground and you're on cushions. I got long legs. I'm 6'1". Like, these legs don't go crisscross very easily.
I straight up feel you. Like, as a fatty boy with big old legs and a tall boy with big old legs, it was a hard time.
Oh man, the food was okay.
Food was very okay. It was not good.
Yeah, no, the service
was very okay.
The service was super weird, man.
Yeah.
The first guy comes in with our gyoza, literally almost drops it on us. He's like, here's your gyoza. Like, this really awkward dude.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
And then he came back again, and then progressively we got better waiters, like better, people dropping our food. But that first one really set the tone for, like, what our meal was going to be like. Really enjoyed it. I had a great time. So, DJ, if you're listening, I know he likes, every now and then he likes our podcast. It was super dope hanging out with you. You're a really cool guy.
And I miss him already.
Yeah, I miss him too. But he's going out to do bigger and better things in Sacramento. We'll probably see him at Sac Anime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see him. We'll see him later.
Doing that. We'll be at Sac Anime. We're going to meet up with some people that we know. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a great time.
Have we decided if we're going all 3 days or just one day?
You know what? We haven't decided, and I can tell you exactly why we haven't decided.
We should talk about it later.
Yeah, we should talk about it in post. Okay. Post-production. That's what that means.
We'll argue.
Secret.
Okay.
It's so secret.
Okay, so besides that, you got anything else to say before we go to news?
Yes, I do. Outro of My Hero is Choice.
Oh, I didn't even... You know what? I must have not... I can't even remember. What is it?
You posted it on the goddamn
site. You're right. Maybe that's why I didn't register. Yeah, but it's this really cool like mashup of like this fantasy element.
It's a fantasy adventure game.
It feels like D&D.
It's great. Yeah,
super fun.
I was like, man, this is a great outro because the last outro I fucking love. Just all the girls having a
good
fun
song
time.
Too.
Na, na, na. Yeah.
This outro.
That's what I'm down with.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was like just like a fan made
standalone.
No, I thought it was like a fan made like something. Because it looks like wow, this is like really good, but like also like I didn't think someone would make like the actual studio be like, well, let's do this. And when they did, I was just like, cool. I've seen this. It's great.
Yeah, I like it. I was really happy with it. So.
Intro, not so hot.
Intro's not hot. It's the hot or not hot.
Not hot.
Not hot.
Pass. Swipe right. Is that
swipe left?
Is swipe left good?
Swipe or no swiping?
Okay. Yeah. Do you know how that works?
Sometimes you got to swipe if you want to wipe.
Do you know how that works on Tinder though?
Yo, man, people say swipe left, swipe right. I don't know what it is because like swipe left, you're like pushing them over to the left, and swipe right, you're pushing them over to the right. But honestly, all of it means nothing to me.
Anyways, let's get into this week's news before your brain just fries.
All right, sexy boys. News this week. Crunchyroll has partnered with NBCUniversal to co-develop anime. See, now, Amazon's been doing this thing where they look at anime and they're like, that's some good shit. And they take it. And they just fucking take it. Check out Made in Abyss. Check out Welcome to the Ballroom. Check out Princess Principal. I don't know if you know this, but all the studios that made those things are primarily on Crunchyroll. And Amazon was like, all right, this shit's ours. Let's eat it the fuck up, right?
Those are all pretty good shows, too.
They are, right? I mean, like, Crunchyroll's going to have some bad stuff. Amazon's going to have some bad stuff.
Yeah.
Funimation, Hulu.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's going to have garbage here and there. But... Amazon started getting really good shit, and people are saying like, yo, Crunchyroll probably just did this because they were like, you know what, fuck you, Amazon, we'll make our own shit and you can't take the licensing for that.
They make it. Yeah, interesting.
So, yeah,
you would hope Crunchyroll knows how to make anime. I mean,
I mean, dude, we're gonna get some naked robot orgies, and that's all I'm looking for.
As long as there's tentacles.
Little girls, lots of food, tentacles,
cat ears,
tons.
That's anime. In a nutshell. That's cool. I mean, I'm interested to see how this works out. Hopefully they produce some great stuff, and if not, we're going to review their crap. So
yeah, I'm excited for it regardless, because it's nice seeing these, I don't know for sure if Crunchyroll is American or Japanese or whatever it is.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's such a big company in America, and they do the simulcasting, and they do all this stuff, and they've really tried to push anime to be a more accessible thing to Americans. I could only imagine that a show that they are going to be making, they're going to realize they want to market it towards people that might not normally watch anime, that anime watchers will enjoy as well.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of looking forward to it in that regards. It's going to be something very different from typical anime that we normally see, I think.
Maybe something along the lines of Castlevania, which would be good too.
Excellent, yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see something like that. That would be really excellent.
Yeah, I'd be okay with seeing some stuff like made in the West. And it has that vibes to it. Because I really enjoy Castlevania.
Well, because Ruby tried to do the same thing as well. But it's 3D animation. It's a little bit different.
That's the only place I think where I'd fault with Ruby. Because Ruby, without a doubt, is like anime.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look right. Because it's made over here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe Crunchyroll's going to do something more anime looking, but keep it the same where it's more, yeah.
I feel it. Yeah, cool. I'm looking forward to see what they can produce.
Yeah. That's really the biggest news this week. And that's going to be something that we'll probably be bringing up later on a lot too. Anyways, continuing on, Funimation will be simuldubbing so much anime this season.
Yeah, no, you and I talked about this because we were trying to get news.
Yeah.
And there wasn't really any news out there.
Not much.
And this is the only thing I really had brought to you, and you're like, is that really news? And I argued, kind of, because, I didn't know that anything was simuldubbed. You know that simuldub is trademarked by Funimation. The word.
Is it?
It's it says simuldub, TM. They own that trademark.
Does Crunchyroll own simulcast?
No, they don't, because it must have been created before.
Wow.
Yeah, so, which was crazy to me. So I felt like the argument was, I feel like, this is kind of news because we talk about when new shows are getting put up.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should talk about when some shows are getting dubbed because I honest to God did not know up until, Anime Expo that My Hero had a dub, but it kind of blew my mind.
Sure, yeah.
So let's go through the list of things that are getting dubs.
So check it out. This season on Funimation, we're getting Tsuredure Children, which is a show that I don't know if you've watched it yet.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's a new show. We'll talk about that soon. Convenience Store Boyfriends, which I haven't watched yet, but okay, cool. My First Girlfriend is a Gal, which you've seen, and then there's also New Game.
2 exclamation marks.
Yeah.
It's the second season, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would assume. That's normally what 2 exclamation marks mean.
Cool.
But cool. And then Gamers.
1 exclamation mark.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen that yet. Have you?
I haven't seen any of these other than Tsuredure.
Okay. Anyways, keep going.
So 18 If. Seen that?
Yep.
Damn. A Centaur's Life. You've seen that?
Yep.
Classroom of the Elite. Damn it, you've seen that too. Restaurant to Another World.
No, I haven't checked that yet.
Oh, damn. That's one that I want to see. I'm pretty sure. Hina Logic from Luck and Logic.
Nope.
No? Okay. Knights and Magic. And Saiyuki Reload Blast, which probably has the best name out of all this, let me tell you.
I enjoyed it. I wanted to watch it. Look how dumb this fucking name is. I was like, I really enjoyed that.
The name's fucking tight.
Yeah.
So. Anyways, they're also going to be continuing to simuldub My Hero Academia, Sakura Quest, and Monster Hunter Stories Right On. Cool. Sweet. I don't know how they've decided that they're going to simuldub all these shows, but that's pretty big. They must have a really big dubbing department there.
Well, I feel like another thing that happens is they don't simulcast everything because Funimation, Crunchyroll gets a lot of the bulk,
Yeah.
And then we have been noticing Amazon's been getting some stuff too. And then Funimation is in partners with Crunchyroll, so I'm assuming they pick and choose a little of everything from every topic, and then those are the ones that decide to simul-dub. Because we noticed they're not all, it's not all of them. It's just the ones that they think maybe will make up some money.
Yeah, but it's crazy. This is 15 or so that they're simuldubbing. That's a large cast. I don't know how many people are doing multiple shows.
Yeah.
But to keep up with it and put it out every single week, dubbing it.
It's impressive. No, yeah.
It's great.
So far, I've liked almost all the dubs I listened to. I think the dubs from last season that were going on would have made some of the things I watched easier.
Yeah.
And I probably would have watched them a lot quicker. But yeah, I think it's great they're being dubbed because I'm not one of those people people that thinks that like dubbing or subbing, I don't think one is better than the other. They both have their place in the world, and it's nice to have the option of dubbed. And I'll probably watch a few of these in dub unless I don't like them, because I actually kind of like Convenience Store Boyfriends. Yeah. I don't think that it looks too great, but I like the story or whatever. Cool. So depending on how the dub is, if their voices are okay, I'll just watch it that way. Yeah, right on. You know, I was reading earlier today, somebody was talking about how they don't have any like friends that watch anime, and they know how big it is for people to like completely shit on people that watch it dubbed compared to subbed. And like, I don't know why people act like it's the biggest deal in the world. No, yeah, I completely understand not wanting to watch it dubbed because, you know, you want to watch it how it was originally made. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. But also, you know what? We don't have time. What you do, you're doing shit while you're watching it sometimes. And it's so much easier. Like homework, exactly. It's like, God, I really need to do this homework, but I got to read these words. Well, I guess I'm failing this class. Yeah, pretty much. So that's what makes anime so difficult. So having all this is like a really nice change of pace. Well, yeah, and it being dubbed doesn't affect the show. Like I'm saying, doesn't affect you watching the show. Like if you wanted to watch it subbed, you can still watch it subbed. Oh yeah, and because the dub exists, it doesn't make it a lesser show. I mean, exactly, because it's still a great subbed show or whatever. You know. Well, so I was reading this whole thing about how somebody was, you know, they didn't have any friends and all that, and they were watching shows dubbed, and they felt like they needed to tell people like why they watch it dubbed compared to subbed, because they see people arguing a lot that you shouldn't watch it at dubbed ever. Dubbed is for idiots. Yeah. Anyways, I completely disagree with dubbed being for idiots, because you know what? Sometimes you want to pay attention to the visuals, and depending on what show you're watching, the visuals are going to be really intense and all over the place, and you don't want to have to read, because you can't read fast dialogue while stuff's going crazy all the time. Yeah. So I understand that argument completely. Like some shows, like Fooly Cooly, I don't know if you ever tried to watch that. Yeah. Oh my god. No, yeah, any show that's a comedy show, like when things are like said super fast or on top of each other, those are the hardest ones to watch, Dud. Yeah, they are. Because you're like, what joke do I read? Because the joke is they're both having simultaneously, and you're just like, you know, it's your brain can only work so hard. Yeah, man, I totally agree. So, I don't think that dub deserves that kind of shade. I mean, there are people who like subbed more, and that's fine. I'm just saying that because it's dubbed doesn't make that show less. I mean, you can still watch it the way you want to watch it and still enjoy it, you know? So here's the one thing negative that I really want to say about dubs, though. It doesn't even have to do with the quality of it. Like, it could be complete garbage dubbing, but at least they're trying their best. Yeah. The one thing that I don't like is when they're changing the script in small ways. Oh, yeah. Not like they could innovate and do their own kinds of jokes and whatnot, and that could be okay as long as it's true to what the show is. We're like, the show's fucking great. Like, the dub is almost as good, if not better. But no, there's some times where somebody took a clip from Kobayashi Dragon Maid, and they showed that the American dub had the, like, girls saying, like, oh, no, I'm not interested in women. Like, sorry, that's not who I am, or something like that. But then in Japanese, it was like, what? Why? She's a girl. And it's like, instead of being like, no, I'm not interested in women, and being like socially acceptable, she's like, what the fuck? No, she's a girl. It was more of a joke, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So they kind of change context a little bit and try to kind of put their own agenda in certain shows. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like I was watching My Hero, and the scene comes up when they're picking. No, before that, the name issue comes up, and Deku decides to pick Deku in the anime because Deku kind of sounds like, I guess, short for like cannot do it or incompetent or something like that, right? But then the gravity chick is like, you know what? I thought it was more like Deku, like I can do it, or like, you know, it's possible. I will, and that's why he picks a name, because he's like, my Deku will mean this. In the English version, it was because there's no Japanese wordplay in English. So the reason he picks Deku is because the girl's like, oh, I think it sounds cute. Boom, that's Deku. It does change the dynamic of that individual part of the story. Yeah, it's way more meaningful. But it has to be changed because of, like, you know, because then you have to put a little subtitles like, and explain, like, well, in Japanese, this, and then that takes you out of the show. Yeah. No, I agree. Sometimes the show does, but what I'm saying is, just because they fuck it up, doesn't mean you have to watch it.
No,
exactly. I mean, like if you hate dubs with all your might, fine, don't watch them. They're not for you.
Yeah.
You can still watch your show sub the way you want. But there's people out there who are more satisfied with the dub, and I'm glad there's dubs. And I mean, hopefully, when there are more dubs that get announced, we'll announce them for you guys, because I like knowing that. I mean, I like knowing that I can watch some of these shows and just like tune out and do homework and whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel you.
All right, next, what else you got?
Sweet. So Seven Deadly Sins is getting an anime movie coming summer 2018, as well as a January 2018 new season date.
Holy shit. Did you ever finish that?
Nah.
You should finish it.
Are you sure?
I liked it a lot. Well, you didn't. Never mind. Don't do it.
I tried to watch most of it.
It's okay.
And then it just wasn't for me.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Which is great. Like, so many people are like, you should watch this. And I've tried. It's not like I haven't.
He hasn't tried very hard, though.
I tried pretty hard.
Okay, never mind. We're good then.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. I watched most of it. You said like, oh, yeah, the point that you got to, like, that's when I was really liking it. And I'm
What'd
like,
you get to?
Okay, I don't know. There was like a bug storm and...
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. Nah, I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it. I can't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one thing.
I should have already liked it at that point, right?
I liked it a little before that, I think. But I mean,
and like, you know what? It was fine. It just wasn't for me.
Oh, well, I like it, and I'm really excited to see the next season come out.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What came out before was just some OVAs, and that was kind of whack. And then a movie, which is cool too. Hopefully, it's an original thing and not just a summary, because I hate those. I mean, I guess
so lame.
They have their place in anime, and some people enjoy them, but who can't watch seasons, and good for them. But fuck that. I hate when they announce a movie and it's just like, hey, you remember the show?
Yeah.
We're going to show you the show.
Well, if they announced it as like, hey, we're going to do a summary thing, that would be fine.
That'd be more than happy. Don't lie to me.
They're just like, yo, check it out. Movie 3 years. And you're like, oh shit, we're going to get a movie in 3 years? 3 years later, you're like, oh.
It's just the anime.
Sweet. So, like, you mean from 5 years ago? And, like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, no, just don't lie to me, anime. Just tell me the truth.
And that's what I'm hoping for this next one. We're getting a Bungo Stray Dogs stage play.
What?
So I hope it's just not a recap stage play.
Yeah, hope it's original, and I hope it's, like, canon. So, like, like, the next season of Bungo comes out, and they're like, why is this guy, like, did you not watch the stage play? Like, it's an all-new original arc. It's really important. Yeah, no, we've been talking about this. Every now and then they'll do a stage play as opposed to making like a live action movie. Like Naruto got a stage play. Or it's like, why not just make a Naruto movie? And it's because it's like a huge thing to try to do, you know?
So weird.
So they're doing like a live action Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood or whatever, which kind of blew my mind. They're doing doing Bleach live action, which is like almost half of Bleach is filler. So I'm like, oh my god, this is huge. So maybe they're like, let's just start off with a stage play for Bungo, because Bungo has some merit. I really like the way it looks.
I love Bungo.
That's Bones too, right? Yeah, I like them a lot. Cool.
Bones is legit.
Would you watch a stage play? Say like it like was here like in town.
Fuck yeah.
Say it was in Sacramento.
Yeah.
San Francisco?
Yeah.
LA.
No.
Okay, too far. Okay, I just want to see how far you'd go to be. Oh, watch it. Yeah.
Nah, because I could go to San Francisco, hang out for a little bit, watch it at night, drive back.
Yeah.
But to go to LA, I'm like, all right. I'm here for a little bit. So
yeah, no, I feel it. Cool. Hey, well, that's news, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't have anything to say here.
Good. I'm glad that made the podcast. That's not getting edited out. That's staying in there.
Good. So the one thing that I did want to say before we got into the episode, I'm going to fucking watch Eureka 7 a.m.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So Trip and I got to argument yesterday. I don't know how this argument came. Oh, I was talking shit about Eureka 7, wasn't I?
I don't remember exactly. I think I just brought it up because
well, I was talking mad shit. I said Crash Bandicoot shit.
Yeah, you were talking mad shit.
I think I was just being an asshole.
Being an asshole.
Yeah. And you're just like, no, man. And you're like talking up Eureka. I was being an asshole. I just remember, and I was like, no, Eureka. And I was like, dude, it's so lame. Blah. I watched enough. Like, I watched like 4 episodes.
You watched 4.
And you're like, no, man, you got. I was like, there's like 90 episodes. Like, there's like 40. I was like, yeah, like 90 episodes. Anyways,
so yeah, the whole thing that got brought up is that there's this lo-fi hip hop Facebook page about Hey Arnold in Japan.
Dude, I love that Facebook page.
I fucking love it. It's
Thank
great.
you, DJ. It's a good one.
They post such legit shit. Anyways, they had posted this song that I wasn't super into, but it was something about bubblegum, and they had this little clip from Eureka 7, and it wasn't bubblegum related, but it was like
goo related.
Yeah, it was kind of gooey, like pink stuff. But I don't want to get into too much detail because it's like really important plot wise. Yeah. It's like the transition between season 2 and 3 kind of like plot. Yeah. Huge. I don't even know how many seasons of Eureka 7 there was. There were 4 arcs. Long story short, I saw it, brought it up, was like, God, it's such a good show. I already want to rewatch it again. Like, I just watched it about 1.5 years ago, something like that. And I want to get back into it, watch it again. And I'm like, dude, I think you would genuinely really enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that. Like, the beginning is a little bit slow, and then later on it becomes one of the best shows I've ever seen. And I still like the beginning because it has so much charm and it's just a whole different thing. Anyways, so you told me that you would watch it if I finished the spin-off show. Yeah. There are only like 3 episodes left.
And you never finished it,
I never finished it, so I gotta rewatch that.
So you watch that, and then I'll watch Eureka 7. I think we're also talking shit. I think it came up because we were talking about Bones. Yeah. We're talking about Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Between the two, and Leander started watching Brotherhood. DJ swore by the original one. I think Brotherhood's a lot better. You don't even have to fuck with the original. It's good. It's just not as good, I feel like.
Yeah, because, I mean, I've tried watching the original, and it was good. I was enjoying it, but I'm also kind of like, I don't get it.
Yeah. No, Brotherhood's a lot better, and that's what's being based off, I'm assuming, because of the way it looks from, like, the clips I'm seeing, looks like it's being based off Brotherhood for the movie. So yeah, you could watch Brotherhood, it's Bones. I mean, it's long, but it's great. So
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's the thing. If you watch those last 3 episodes, or watch the whole season again, I don't care what you do. I will watch. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll watch Eureka 7.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, get into homework.
I would love to talk about homework. Why don't you tell me about the homework that I gave you?
You gave me Sound Euphonium.
I did.
By Kyoto Animation. They do stuff like KO, Nichijou, and A Silent Voice, which we haven't seen yet, right?
No, we haven't. That's the movie that we want to see.
I saw a trailer for the other day, like a clip of it wasn't it was a clip of a video, and it was just like this really, really nice animation, really sad topic, and I was like, what is this? And I was just like, I was scrolling through it, and it was just like, it's called this. I look it up, and it's the other name for A Silent Voice. Like, this is A Silent Voice.
Natashi or whatever.
Yeah, I was like, oh, cool, interesting. I was like, I really want to watch this. It's fucking nowhere, man. Like,
no, but, we've talked about it. It'll come out soon.
Yeah, which makes me super mad, because people are like, it's so great. Oh my god, it's amazing. I'm in Europe, blah, blah,
it's
blah.
Like, this movie is barely underneath your name.
Yeah.
That's how it feels,
So Kyoto Animation does stuff that you and I like.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Sound Euphonium, you've told me about it before, we've talked about it before, but I finally have to do the homework about it, and it is about a group of girls who go to high school, and they're part of the concert orchestra, right?
Yeah.
They play band. And that's it.
That's it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
There's no real any thing you need to know besides that.
No, it's just they're trying to practice and learn how to play instruments.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because we start off with the main character. She played music in middle school, and she played the euphonium. Yeah, which I didn't know was an instrument until you told me.
Which is fucking crazy. You didn't know, because I didn't know. But it's crazy because it's the biggest, craziest looking piece of shit.
Bigger than the tuba?
Yeah.
No way it's bigger than the tuba.
It's huge.
No, it's not. I think the tuba's bigger. Anyways, we'll argue about this later. But she's coming into high school, and she meets a couple new friends or whatever, and she doesn't know if she wants to do concert band, and she just happens to hear the band while walking by, and she's like, wow, they suck. And they kind of do suck for someone who would know music. Her, I'm listening to they're not bad, but then they purposely make some off-key notes and stuff, and you're just like, oh, okay, they're not as polished or whatever. So we get through the first episode and stuff, and her other friends decided to play in the band. One of them's going to play the standing bass, kind of like a big old cello, kind of. The other girl wants to play the trumpet or the tuba or something the trombone or something like that. But she has the wrong mouthpiece, and she ends up playing the tuba, which she didn't want to play, but she ends up loving it. And she's never played band before. She was a soccer or volleyball player before that or something like that. And the main character doesn't want to play the euphonium. She actually doesn't want to play in the band, but she gets convinced to, and she gets stuck with the euphonium. And she's like, that's fine. That's what I'm going to do. I have a couple questions because I don't think I'll ever finish this show.
That's fine, yeah.
Just because there's nothing wrong with the show. The show looks great. It's Kyoto Animation. Everything's beautiful. Girls look gorgeous. The music's really good, obviously. Yeah. You really pay attention to when they're playing something and they're playing together and you hear it. It sounds crisp, sounds great.
I think the best part about that, too, is that the instructor, it does like musical instructors do. They're like, just this section, just these two people, and you really get to see the different parts shine.
I've never been in a band or anything, but it feels like that movie Whiplash, if you ever saw it. Yeah. It feels like a nicer version of Whiplash. I love that movie, by the way.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because the instructor is kind of sort of a hard ass, but he just... Anyways, we'll get there in a sec. So I'm not going to finish the show because, it's nothing. It doesn't. Yeah,
it's. I mean, I don't think it's a show for you at all. I just think it's a show that you should see what it's about.
Absolutely. The thing is, it's just like, it's a lot of cute girls, a lot of them playing a band. There's no real stakes, kind of. You do see them kind of help each other, and they grow as people, and it's more like just kind of the development of these chicks together. There's a lot of girls, too many girls in my opinion. I feel like,
yeah, I completely
I would really like to mix it up, and like, I'm not saying there has to be some sort of romantic involvement or anything, or like, but it would be cool if it was like, cause
just you wait until season 2, right, guys? Right, fans?
Because like in band, guys play in band too, and there are guys in the band, but they're more or less really background side characters, and that kind of sucks.
I agree.
One thing I want to point out before anything, you and I talked about yesterday. You're like, what do you think about on Euphonium? It was like a lot of scenes with girls standing pigeon toed. Like,
oh yeah,
it's like Kyoto Animation's bread and butter. They're like, you know what the cutest thing in the world is? Cutest thing in the world is school uniforms, pigeon toed. Like they just, like I'll snap every now and then when something happens, like a trope in an anime happens. Like whenever there's that scene where a guy and a girl bumping each other, and then there's that next scene where the girl's on top or the guy's on top. I'll snap and I'll be like, there it is. Like that's I like watching Euphonium go like pigeon toed. It's like there it is. It happens a lot. Even like at the end of the first intro, like you see all the girls in blue silhouettes and a white background, and like there's just rows of pigeon-toed chicks. So it's like, oh my god, they're all here.
Why do they do that? It's just
I don't know. Maybe they think it's adorable. I mean, maybe they find that.
Maybe,
I don't know. Anyways, here's a couple questions. So I'm not gonna finish this because it doesn't. It's not really for me. Which is fine. I mean, I know you like it a lot, and that's great because it's a great looking show. It's just it's not my cup of tea. Cup of tea. KO in my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's a question.
Yeah.
Why? Maybe I missed it, but why is it that there aren't any second year students? Because there's like
that's a big secret town.
Oh, really? Damn.
No. I mean, I could tell you, but it's part of season 2.
Fuck.
Yeah, pretty much what happened.
I was hoping it wasn't like a big thing. I hope it was like, oh yeah, you'll have the flu.
Nah, I mean it's kind of a big thing because there's somebody who comes back in the second season.
Would it ruin
the
episode? Like, can you tell me off? Like, will it kind of ruin it for like listeners? Is it a spoiler?
It's they make it a pretty big point where it becomes more and more of a thing where they're like, yo, why aren't there any second years? Like, what's happening with this? And like, I really don't want to talk about it. Yeah.
No one wants to talk about it.
And it's like this big secret. It's like in Another, when you're trying to keep things
who? Yeah.
You can't talk about the fact
that she's going to get murdered. Yeah, okay. How about you just tell me later because I don't want to spoil it for anybody else.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, second question.
Continue.
There's also this relationship between the main character and this other girl. I think she plays a trumpet.
Yeah.
And she's from her middle school. And in the beginning, we see a flashback where she's competing in a competition in middle school, and they win gold, but they don't win dub gold or bub gold. They don't get to go to nationals, essentially, right?
Yeah.
And this girl starts breaking down and crying, and
there's a lot of that.
Is there later?
Yeah, like we get to see a lot more competition type stuff, and it's intense, man. They work their asses off.
So my question is, why does this girl feel super awkward with this other chick? Like to the point where it's just like she avoids her, almost doesn't want to be in the band. Was it just because she saw her cry and like she was stoked about winning gold when the other girl was disheartened and didn't go to nationals? Is that the big thing, or?
I mean, kind of, but also there's a lot of tension because they're both incredibly talented and they're both very proud people.
But they play different instruments. It's not like they're competing against each other.
They do play different instruments, except like they didn't she want to play the trumpet to start out? Isn't that?
Oh, I think it was she wanted to play a different instrument. And then when she started playing in like kindergarten or super young, it was like, hey, there's no euphonium players. How about you grab it? And maybe she kind of resents that. Is that what it is, maybe?
It's a really complicated thing. I will tell you that in season 2, they talk a lot. Well, even towards the end of season 1, like they're supporting each other a lot
more.
And yeah, it's it's one of those things where you're like, what's going on with this? Like, what's that? And then it builds into something more, and they become like super close friends, and she's just like a really uncomfortable person.
Yeah.
But really talented, and they recognize that in each other, but she's just uncomfortable in her own way, and she's not like that with like, well, she is that way towards everybody, is essentially the point.
She's kind of just like this cold person, but she just it's not that she's cold. She just like really loves music, essentially.
Yeah. So she cares about it so much that if you're slacking, if you're like being bad, she'll be upset with you.
Because
so she's more upset because people aren't taking it as seriously as they should.
Which I thought was a great point. Like when they're doing like they're given the job to like perform this Marines something or whatever, which is supposed to be like a super simple thing, and they end up really slacking off, and the coach comes in or the advisor comes in like, yo, like, you guys said you want to go to nationals, and you guys sound like crap. If you don't do this well, then we're not going to go to the summer festival, and then why even bother doing nationals? Yeah, he's a total like he's nice about it, but he's definitely firm about it. Like, you guys said it's what you want to do. I'm going to push you guys, and I really like him as a character. Actually, like I really like that episode where he's like going to every single group and being like, you need to fix this. This is your exercise, and he's not being a dick. But there are people who kind of resent him, and the people who like really admire him. He's making a girl cry, which was like super fucked up. You know, I mean, she's just like, you know, like why? He's like, you're wasting. Like, what are you wasting your time for? Like, you take this many lessons and like, you know, but I feel like in the music world, that's a huge thing.
You have to do that either to get somebody to try even harder, or to actually break it down and be like, you know what, you weren't made for this. No matter like what you say,
you gotta weed them out. Like, like you may love music and that's great, but you are not made for this type of music. Like, you just like you're not on the right level or anything, or you're not committed as much, or you can, or maybe just not.
Don't do concert band.
Yeah,
do another kind of music. You might be fantastic at something,
or like jazz or something. Yeah, no, I totally agree. So that's why I like the show. It does feel really real. The only thing that doesn't feel real is that there's so many girls and not a single dude.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing that I do like about the show. Just how genuine a lot of the characters feel, and how all their interactions are pretty realistic. But the thing that sells it for me more than anything is the voice acting.
Oh, great voice acting, yeah.
They just sound like regular people talking, which is really weird to say considering that, like, isn't that what all anime should be? But when you watch this show, it feels like people are just having a conversation. Yeah. You know, they're not trying to be like, this is me, I'm doing this. And so it's just like, hey man, how are you? Cool.
Later.
Like, yeah.
Hey, you got that note? Okay, can I hear it real quick? Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there are times where there is like a little, there's anime. It gets more anime.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it feels like a really realistic thing.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I love so much about this. That's why I wanted you to watch it. Because, you know, I've talked a lot before about how much I love the voice acting over anything else in the show. I mean, it's amazing animation. Love the music. But the voice acting is just top notch.
You know what sucks? I always say I'm not going to watch something and might end up watching all this and just like not telling you. Being like, this was garbage, but I watch it or anything.
And that's fine. And honestly, the whole thing with the show is like, it's easy to watch.
Yeah, it's not hard.
But it's not compelling either.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I feel like there's an episode where I fell asleep and I woke up and I was like, damn, I missed that. And I was like, well, I guess we'll start the next one. And they're like, recap, this is what you missed. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I guess I don't really have to go back because all they did in that episode was practice.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Which, like, some episodes, that's what they do. Later on, you know, they're prepping for their competitions, and it's like, how are they going to do? We don't know how the other schools are. We don't know what they've done.
Yeah.
And, you know, it feels really intense that way, because it's not like where they're like, this is the competition, this is a breakdown, these are the other people, instead
like
it's just
other
like
shows that we know.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God,
so it's just like, all right, you guys, we got to do our best. Let's practice. Let's see if we could do the best that we can do. You've all worked hard for this. I know we all want it. Let's do our best. Try to get gold.
It's super realistic. Because, like, in real life, when you're like, I'm performing in a concert thing or whatever, it's not like, now let's see how the other school is. And oh my God, they're also super. I mean, maybe there's a better team out there, but no one knows, like, oh my God, that's so and so. He's super talented. Like, that's bullshit. No one knows that. It's like, oh, I perform my thing. And then I get graded, and that's it, or whatever.
Have you ever done a kind of like competition type thing like that before?
Like where you perform something and then you get judged on it?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, no, I don't think I've ever been anything really competitive.
Yeah. So I've been in choir before, and it takes me back to that in like a weird way where I'm like, yeah, I remember being backstage and being in the practice room.
Getting ready to go or whatever, yeah.
And, like, some people would just goof off and do nothing, or, like, other people would be practicing with their friends and, like, trying to nail their parts and be like, no, man, you gotta do this better. Mm-hmm. And, like, it's really important to do that. And watching the show, I'm like, wow, they just actually really care about this topic, and they're doing it really well. And I don't know, it makes me feel happy when shows don't completely fuck up what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like,
they know anime the shit out of it. Like, like, we had to have a rival. We had to have this drama. We, like, no, you don't. You just kind of show me what's going on because those situations are stressful enough, you know? Mm-hmm. And some things are stressful. Like, some things like practice are just like, cool, we're just practicing today. Okay, cool. That's the thing. Yeah, I like the show. Like I said, I don't know if I'll finish it, but it's great. It looks amazing. And the music's great. It's a great music show. I think I like Kids on a Slope better as a music anime. Oh yeah, that's because it's also like an amazing drama. You know, so there's this great story behind it.
This is more slice of life
meets music. Yeah,
which. It's awesome. I recommend it to not everybody, but a lot of people I think would enjoy it.
I think Kyle would really like this. Let's tell Kyle about this.
I think Kyle fucking hate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kyle doesn't like people.
Next up, man, what did I give you for homework?
You gave me Mr. Osomatsu, made by Studio Pierrot, who made Naruto, Tokyo Ghoul, and Bleach. And this show is pretty much right up the alley with those.
Yeah.
I'm in it.
Oh my god, you got me. Yeah, you're right. They're exactly this. Their battle shonen or whatever.
Yeah, so Mr. Osomatsu is a comedy show. It's about these sextuplets that all live in the same house with their parents, and they essentially just do weird shit.
Yeah.
It's a comedy kind of skit show. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's weird. Some episodes have like, this is what we're going to talk about for like half the episode. Mm-hmm. Other episodes are like, here's a bunch of clips of random shit. And I watched about 4 or 5, I think, episodes of this. Okay. You said you watched like 6.
Yeah, no, I watched 6 of Euphonium. I probably watched 4 or 5 of this.
Okay, yeah. I really liked this show.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun. So for whatever reason, Crunchyroll starts out with episode 2. Mm-hmm. And you asked me, hey, how many of you watched? And I'm like, well, I started with episode 2 and I watched like a couple more. I wasn't too big on episode 2, but then everything else was like pretty down. Yeah, I was down with it. And you told me there's an episode 1 that you could only find online because of a fuckload of licensing things. Since they're just making fun of all different kinds of anime, or more like homage.
Well, I looked it up because I was like, I wanted to, because I gave you this because I wanted to watch it also. And I was like, well, why isn't episode 1 here? So I looked it up. It's this big thing. One of your favorite episodes was 3.5, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this episode where we visit the Osomatsu sextuplets, and they kind of make, it's a parody of anime.
Yeah.
So the first episode, turns out this Osomatsu-kun or whatever was actually a show back in the Showa era of anime. So it's like super old. Kind of imagine it like that Astro Boy kind of time.
Sure, yeah.
That's what it looked like. And the conceit or the joke is that they show up in the first episode and they're just like, hey, guess what? We're getting relaunched for a new anime. And they're like, really? Yeah, awesome. It's so great. We're getting revived because it's like the anniversary of the guy who directed it passing away or something like that.
Yeah.
And then one of the brothers says, like, I'm worried we're not going to be able to compete with these new animes. And so then they go on this crazy journey and they become a pop idol group, and it copyrights the shit out of so many animes. Dragon Ball Z, Haikyuu, Kuroko's Basketball, Attack on Titan, just Naruto, everything that you get, they throw it in there, and it's super fun, super wacky. And then it kind of ends with them being like, "Oh man, we're too anime," and then they don't do anything for 10 years. And then they're just like sitting there, and then they're the new style with color or whatever, and they're just like, "Hey, it's been 10 years. I guess we should like do something." And that's the first episode.
Yeah, okay.
And I really enjoyed it, and I really liked it. But because of the legal issues, because you can't just drop those things in an episode, they had to take it off streaming sites, and they took it off everywhere. So I found it somewhere online.
Bummer.
But it was super fun. And I agree, watching episode 2, that's like, it's kind of a, But as episode 3 comes up, I was like, I like this.
Yeah, I was having so much fun with it. Yeah, so episode 2 starts out, and it's just like this, I don't know, it's a comedy show, and you don't really know what's going on yet, and you're like, okay, all these characters look pretty much the same, and then they wind up doing this whole thing where they go and work in a factory, and they're just like slaves, and they realize, oh shit, let's break out, and then they all break out, and pretty much the whole first, whatever you want to call it, episode, it didn't do much for me.
Yeah.
It gave me an idea of what the show was, though.
Yeah.
It's a comedy show. It's got a really unique kind of like, almost like a pastel
colors to it. Yeah. Like they have thick outlines, and their outlines are like blue instead of like black. I'm like, I really like this.
So it reminds me of like watercolor and pastel.
Yeah, and all the brothers, because there's 6 of them, and back in the day, they used to all just look alike. And you could kind of tell the difference because of their eyes, but now they have like certain colors most of the time.
Yeah, depending on what the
episode is or whatever.
And also,
eyes.
There was another episode too where they were dressed up as these kind of like superhero dudes, and they had masks on, and their masks each had like the first syllable of their name. So like one of them is Ichimatsu, so he just had a line on his face because that's Ichi, which means one. That's just one line. And then you have like To and O and just different
Ju, whatever.
So we slowly get to like learn the difference between the characters because they all do have different personalities, and they make sure that shines through in every episode too, which is so confusing to start out.
They all look the same.
They all look the same.
Because the very first episode, they're all on like their blue Slack thing or whatever, and they're just like, "Cool, we're gonna go get a job, right?" And they're whatever, and they're like. Then they get drunk, or like they all look the same still. They work in the factory, they all look the same, and it's super tough.
It was very difficult. But then you begin to like pick up what the characters are, and you enjoy them for like their own personalities.
It works,
it's kind of weird, so then in the second episode on Crunchyroll, third episode, I don't know, whatever.
Episode 3.
Anyways, they do this whole like weird quiz show in the sauna, and I fucking loved it. It was so fun.
I literally laughed out loud when that came up.
I did too. So it starts out, and they're in the sauna, and they're like, all right, or bathhouse, whatever they want to call it, and they're like, okay, we're going to do the quiz show. And they're like, what? What are you talking about? Like, one of the brothers is doing it to the other one. Is like, okay, whose penis is this? It just pops out of the water. And he's like, what?
10 seconds.
Just like guesses somebody. And then he's like, nope, it's me. Completely shows the other guy. I'm like, what is this show? And then they all go down and like, okay, now, whose penis is this one? And they're like 4 up. Just like, what the fuck? They were like, which penis is like Jumatsu's. Whatever. It was just.
It gets progressive, and then it's like, what ethnicity is this? And they're like, American or whatever. It's like, nah, sorry, Japanese, my bad.
Super bizarre, super funny, really show. Fun. I just wasn't expecting it to go like that far.
Oh yeah,
and they blurred everything out and had these little like lines and whatnot blocking it.
Yeah, did you see the episode where like I know you did, but it's the episode where Osomatsu, which is the oldest brother, he gets ditched by all his other brothers, and he slowly like figures out what they're all doing.
Episode. It was earlier on.
I really like the one where he meets up with the brother who's into that cat idol chick. And he's like, well, you have sex with my brother, and he's like, oh, you can't say that. And they bleep out sex. Like, well, how about this? And he's like, oh my god, I couldn't stop laughing. Like it's a really
pretty funny show. It was well done. Yeah.
Let's see. Is there like an Osomatsu or Matsu that you like a lot? Anyone? You don't have to tell me which. I mean, you can tell me what character it is, like what his characteristics are. And I'm like, oh, I know that one.
I think I like the one who got like really sinister when they were having interviews with the parents to see like who gets to go with the mom and like live with her, who lives with the dad, because they're getting a divorce. Kids are like, where are we going to be? We don't want to get jobs. There's so many.
They're 20 years old, by the way.
So the one who was just like, well, if you leave me, who knows what I'll do? I was like super like, oh shit. I'm like, of course you can live with me.
I like the one that's like super cool. Like he's like, there's an episode where he's wearing his leather jacket and he's just like looking over at these girls, and he's just like in his mind he's fantasizing how these girls are just like, oh, he's so mysterious, blah, blah, blah. And then we flip it over to the girl's side, and they're just like, why is that creep looking over here? He's so fucking weird. And he's just, I liked him a lot. I thought he was super fun.
Yeah, they're all so much fun in their own ways. You got more sinister stuff. You have, like, cool guy. You have, like, super boisterous characters. They were just a blast. Mm-hmm. I really like the show. I would recommend it to most people that want to watch a comedy show, honestly. Mm-hmm. This is a really top-notch comedy. That I wouldn't have normally watched just because, like, it's so... It seems like it's really out there in a lot of ways. Like, Shin-chan is a show that looks like it's really out there, you know? Mm-hmm. But it's something that's, like, it's been on American TV before,
tried and true and tested. People are like, you know what? This show's great. Here we go. Exactly. No one says, like, hey, Mr. Osomatsu, it's amazing. You should watch it. Like, I know people talk about it. I know people like it. I know it's got plenty of episodes. I think they're getting another season. Yeah. But I don't know. No one's just like, hey, you know what the best comedy of all times is? And everyone's saying this. Which is surprising because, like, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It was really good. Like, personal taste, I still like Daily Lives of High School Boys and My Ordinary Life.
Yeah.
Nichijou. A lot more than this. but like
it's different.
This is hilarious. Yeah.
It's like it's different. It's like it's a new show or a newer show, and it's entertaining. I really like it.
Really enjoyed it. So I'm really happy you gave me that for homework. It was pretty cool.
Let's see. Yeah, any questions? No, I mean it's a good show. I really can't. I don't like the outro. The outro's kind of weird with all the.
Oh
food.
yeah, I'm not big on the outro. Is there an intro?
The intro is like it's like a bunch of like colors and them and running and.
Yeah, I don't care for the intro.
No, yeah.
Intro and outro. Who gives a fuck? The whole episode's like a lot of fun though. Yeah. I kind of wish that they had different intros and outros.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I don't really pick. I don't listen to the outro because they might be saying stuff like different things every time. But every time the outro comes, like it's just this kind of weird.
So the thing that happens with the outro, they don't subtitle it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't know if they're saying different things. But it's just like this weird like food, you know, and it's like that's that food that's put in like hot water and steamed or whatever, and they put mustard on it. And it's like it kind of just grosses me out.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird. I mean, whatever. Hey, it might be really funny if I knew what was happening.
Yeah, if I knew what was happening too. Like if it was like Lucky Stars where they're singing karaoke or whatever. Yeah, that would be fun.
See, that was I really enjoyed that because they could do little bits like that at the end of every episode. Where Lucky Star, if that's the outro for every episode, that's the outro for every episode. Cool. But if that's just one outro out of all of them, that's fucking awesome. Yeah. Like, that's hilarious. You're doing different shit. I don't know. I feel like comedy shows need to do something different every time in order for it to be good in some way. Like, you'd always keep the same intro, or you could always keep the same outro, but if you switch one of them up, I think it's really good. Yeah. Like, if you take... Senyu, for example, the intro is always just like, the king had a bunch of descendants and then they did this, but they change it every time. Which is super fun. I thought it was hilarious, but they still tell like basically the same story for the intro, which was good, and they kept the outro the same, which is also fine. But I like that they changed up the intro so much, and I feel like if more shows did things like that, I would enjoy it a little bit more in terms of comedy.
I agree. Yeah. And since it's a comedy show, it would lend itself to be more like acceptable if this happened. Oh yeah, definitely. Like if My Hero every episode had a new intro or outro, I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, no, that's a whole different thing.
But like a comedy show, like if something that's supposed to be funny, like let's take advantage of these 30 seconds or 30 seconds in the back. Why not? Let's just switch it up. But honestly, that's just nitpicking. Great show.
Yeah, really good.
Cool. That's the episode. Yeah. Next week we're doing
new anime. Summer, yes. 2017.
Summer 2017 anime. We got plenty to talk about. There's a lot of shows out there. There's a lot of shows that surprised me. And not like in the best way. No. And there are a lot of good shows. Yeah, there's episodes. I was like, wow, I can't wait to keep watching this.
I want to watch the second episode of Made in Abyss so badly. I'm probably going to watch that tonight.
Ballroom I'm really liking. I'm really liking Classroom of the Elite. Yeah, which I don't know if we talked about yet, but I like that.
You said that you enjoy it. Yeah.
I enjoy it. Yeah, it has a really good premise. And there's other shows where like I don't think they're good. Like per se, like they're not like I wouldn't recommend them to you, but for me, it's like these are perfect. Oh, okay, it's like a bunch of stupid bullshit. Like great. I'm not gonna try to pawn off convenience store boyfriends to you, but I will gladly watch it. Yeah. So yeah, that's the episode. We said we're doing next week. Trip. No, I missed that part. If you like our logo, hit up Erin from TurbyTops.com. I would super sweet lady, nice person, great to work with. If you like our intro song, hit up Tom Nasser.
Tommy T.
He's living in LA now, right?
No,
he's in Chico.
Yeah,
cool. When did he? When did he come back?
Wednesday?
He didn't tell me.
Okay, well here's the thing. Okay, shut up. Fuck you. Hang on. Shut up. So.
All right.
His sister and her boyfriend were going to Alaska so they could fly out to this little ass island and do research on like fuzzy seals, like fur seals.
I kind of feel like you're lying to me.
I'm not.
No, that totally sounds like a lie. Like I've known you for a while. You're lying to me.
No, fuck you.
You're fucking lying, dog.
Do you want to see some Evie?
I want some evidence.
Okay.
And anyways, Tom's back in town. Check him out on SoundCloud and YouTube. Tom Nasser and ASR.
Yeah.
Trip, where can you find us?
People can find us on Facebook. Look us up. We're the Instant Ramen Podcast. If you want to send us an email, go and type it up and be like, instantramenpodcast@gmail.com. And then you can find us on Instagram, Instant Ramen Podcast. That's our name, believe it or not. And shoot us a little tweet. Tweet at Instant Ramen Pod.
Podcast benefit.
And we'll probably say some rad shit. Leander's back in this game. She's being a good boy. She's being on top of some management. I've been below some management, so now we actually got some things going.
Nice blue manager. That's great.
Dude,
anyway, this is Bob from Juan.
I'll see you around from Chris.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
Just add hot water.
Okay. me see his seals.
Yeah, I'm trying to find him, man. Like, I don't remember Claire's name on here. And there are people doing all
Hickser didn't happen.
fuck you.
All right, that's good.